This is our Barnhart. This is the only toed instrument that we have in our set right now. So this is a curette instead of a sickle. It's a lot like all the other instruments we've learned so far. So to find the correct working end, I'm going to first get a good grasp, modified pin grasp, and then I have a grasp and fulcrum with my mirror. I'm going to set my fulcrum on the canine, extend my tip back interproximally between the teeth, and there's that terminal shank. We can see if that's more parallel to this interproximal space, or if that terminal shank is more parallel to this long axis of the tooth, or this interproximal space. And obviously this one is, so this is the correct working end. So we're going to start again on the distal line angle of the tooth with our tip third angled or pointed towards the distal. And we're just going to slip right underneath the gingiva right there and do our short overlapping strokes by rocking our wrist until we get to the contact area. Then we'll readjust our instrument, setting it back at the distal line angle but pointed mesially this time, and we'll do our short overlapping strokes. And this one is a toe, so I can go a little bit farther underneath the gums, and you can see that blanching on my downstroke to make sure that I'm getting far enough underneath there. And then also we're making sure again that we're angled 70 to 80 degrees into the mesial surface. So on the distal it was like this, but if I use that same angle on the mesial, then you can see that my cutting edge isn't on there, the back of the instrument is, so we needed to turn it that way. All right, now that we have done that whole surface of the tooth, we're going to go back and do the line angles. So again, I'm going to move my handle horizontally to do the horizontal strokes on the line angle. So I just insert that right there on the distal, do a couple strokes that way, and then I'll readjust and make sure I'm adapted and do a couple strokes on the mesial line angle. Then with the toe of the Barnhart, you can use it to work on the lingual fossas of the anterior the anterior teeth of the maxillary and mandibular. And again, you want to find a correct grasp, modified pin grasp, and correct grasp and fulcrum with your mirror. And then you also need to find the correct working end with this. And how you're going to do that is you're going to fulcrum on the canine and then look at what terminal shank is more parallel to the long axis of the tooth. So we have this option, like that, or we have this option. So you can see that that terminal shank is not parallel. So we would use this other one, again, fulcrum on the canine, and then you just use the very tip or toe of this instrument, and you can just go right along the fossa just like that to get any buildup out of there.